please hit that subscribe button.
Hey everybody.
Better suited to win the Stanley Cup this season. If you are new to the channel, Washington Capitals, the Boston Bruins.
Locked on and he scored! And we're live. Hey everybody. So today we're going to continue along our series looking at my favorite players on each NHL team by position. And we are up to the New York Islanders. We did the Rangers yesterday, so we might as well do the Islanders today. So these are my favorite New York Islanders by position, building a line of my favorites. Before we start, I just ask that you please subscribe if you are new, and give this video a thumbs up if you haven't already, as that greatly helps out the channel and is very much appreciated. But let's get into it here, starting at left wing, where my favorite left wing on the New York Islanders is certainly Matt Martin. I have been a huge Matt Martin fan his entire NHL career. It's wild how long he's been around now. He's almost been in the league 10 years. Really good fourth liner. One of the best fourth liners, I think, in the league. He's a guy that, particularly in his younger days, could certainly help out offensively as well and chip in some goals. Mostly known for his physical play, his fighting, and just being a really good teammate, a really good fourth liner. And, if you go back a few years, that Cizikas, Clutterbuck, Martin line for the Islanders was, probably the top fourth line in the league for a couple of seasons. So they're just absolutely outstanding together, and I've been a huge Matt Martin fan since he broke into the league, and I really love everything about the guy. At center, we have another Matt. It's Matt Barzal, who should have been a Boston Bruin if they had drafted properly in 2015, but we don't need to go into that. Matt Barzal is one of my favorite players, young players in the league. He's just absolutely electric to watch. He's by far, I think, the Islanders' best offensive weapon, their best offensive player. He's an absolute superstar in the making, in my opinion. And he's going to put up big-time points at the NHL level. He's just so fun to watch, so skilled. Still very young, obviously continuing to grow, continuing to develop and get better. But, he's just absolutely incredible to watch. And I think that he's going to be the guy that the Islanders are building around for years to come, as he's just a spectacular player. And at right wing, I have Josh Bailey. Josh Bailey is my favorite right wing on the Isles. I'm just another guy that I've really always liked for a long time. He's always been a really solid player. When Tavares was still with New York, he and Tavares had some really good chemistry, and they played together quite a bit and played together very well. Bailey's kind of a quiet star. He's more of an assist guy than a goal scorer. He doesn't score a ton of goals. He does set up a lot of goals, though. And he just very quietly goes about his business and gets the job done, and puts up a good number of assists and points every year. So I've always liked Josh Bailey. I think he's a really good player. I think he's a pretty underrated player, and he's my favorite right wing on the team. Moving on to defense, my favorite defenseman is Johnny Boychuk, and you can probably guess for many reasons why that is, but certainly it's the Bruins connection. I loved Johnny Boychuk in Boston. He was one of my favorite players, and obviously I was very sad when they traded him to the Islanders. But it was a salary cap move that they needed to make. But I absolutely love Boychuk still. He's an awesome guy, really good stay-at-home defenseman. Doesn't have as much offense to his game as he did when he was younger, but obviously he's getting a little bit older now. Still a really solid veteran defenseman, and a guy that I've just, throughout his entire career, really liked, and am glad to see him still playing well and still in the league. Other defenseman is actually Scott Mayfield, and this goes back to his AHL days. Scott Mayfield played a long time with Bridgeport in the AHL, and Bridgeport is in the same division as the Providence Bruins and one of their main rivals. And I got to see a lot of Scott Mayfield in the AHL, and I just always really liked him down there. He's a very physical, stay-at-home D-man. He fought a lot down in the minors. He doesn't fight as much now that he's been called up, but he fought a lot down in the minors. And just my kind of hard-nosed, tough, physical defenseman, and I really respect that, really like that. And Scott Mayfield is a guy that I've always enjoyed watching, whether it was the AHL or now in the NHL with the Islanders. And finally, goaltender, it's Thomas Greiss. I've never been a big Semyon Varlamov fan. I always thought that Varlamov was a bit overrated and never really that great of a starting goalie. So that leaves Thomas Greiss, who's had some really, really good seasons with the Islanders over the last few years. Solid goaltender, never really like the full-on number one, always kind of like a 1A, 1B situation, but he's been really, really solid with them, put up some really good numbers, and I would definitely say that Thomas Greiss is my favorite goalie for the Islanders right now, on the team now, between him and Varlamov. So with that, that's my lineup, guys, of favorites for the New York Islanders. At left wing, we have Matt Martin. At center, we have Matt Barzal. At right wing, we have Josh Bailey. On defense, it's Johnny Boychuk and Scott Mayfield. And in goal is Thomas Greiss. So those are my favorites. Hope you enjoyed the video. Like, comment, share, subscribe. Follow on social media. All those links are down in the description below. If you'd like to further support the channel, the links to our Patreon and merchandise store are down in the description as well. Keep spreading the word about this channel. Let's keep this thing growing. Thank you very much for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll talk to you guys soon.